It's actually a good third game for both schools. La Mirada already 2-0, unchallenged so far in the season. Big opening round 135-6 over North Torrance, and of course last week a big 41-6 win over Buena Park. Rancho, by contrast, had an easy go too in their first game, 45-0 victory over Cantwell. However, last week a 7-0 setback against Bell Gardens, and I'll tell you what, Andrew, that is not a setback. Dave Newell's team at Bell Gardens, that's actually a moral victory, 7-0.
No, Bell Gardens is a solid team. They brought a lot of players back from last year, and one of the things El Rancho did was play defense, obviously, in that game, losing only 7-0. But the real test is they've only played really that one game this year. That first game against Cantwell, the coaches were saying was really not a good test at all. It wasn't a big challenge for them. So even though they won 45-0, they weren't tested at all.
So La Mirada, El Rancho coming in tonight. Try to find out exactly who they are. For El Rancho, another tough ball game. They scheduled two tough ones out of the chutes. Where again, La Mirada, by contrast, had a couple of easy ball games to see what they can do. Now they're ready to buckle down and play some ball. As we mentioned last week, La Mirada could do no wrong. Over 300 yards on the ground.
Especially Mike Lemon doing most of that running. And one of the things that the coach was saying for La Mirada is that Lemon could have had 300 himself. Did a great job running the ball, and Buena Park didn't put up too much of a challenge.
Miguel Ratcliffe for La Mirada also got 100-plus yards on the evening. As we get a shot there of Cox, Chris Cox, the quarterback, number 18. And this is his first varsity start. He's only a junior as we see the kickoff. Underway here from La Mirada High School. The ball's down at the 15-yard line. Number 12, that's Levi Dominguez. Usually a pretty sure-handed, pretty good runner. Downs it. Remember, high school ball, once you take a knee, you are down. So 1st and 10 now for the El Rancho Dons, and they'll come out with Alfred Benavente. He is the quarterback, number 5. He's a junior, 5'9", 173-pounder. And he'll be throwing to Josh Gonzalez, number 11, and Levi Dominguez in the backfield. German Arias had a great season last year. He'll be in the backfield along with Anthony Pelayo for El Rancho. Dons come out in their white uniforms. A little bit like St. Paul. They are all in the white as well, but these are shiny white. And again, in the backfield at quarterback, Benavente. Benavente takes a short hop on the snap in the shotgun formation and completes it out to Levi Dominguez. No flags on the play. What a great play to come out and start the thing, Andrew.
Wow, just like Jim Patricio said, they were going to throw a few different sets at La Mirada's defense, try to surprise them, especially towards the beginning of the game. And on that first play, just a deep bomb, 36-yard play. Nice job on the offensive calling that time by the coaches.
Well, they're going to have to come out and do something because Coach Patricio knows that, La Mirada's got it going again as they do every year. And he said they were going to throw a couple of different looks and a few different things at this team tonight, La Mirada, try to throw them off balance.
That's one way to do it. 30-yard pass on the opening drive.
Another bad snap on the center and losing some big yardage. That's German Arias, and Arias is going to go down for about a 5-yard loss. You hate to follow up a good play, Andrew, with something soft like that. That was just a bad miscue.
On that play, first play was a great job by the Dons running the deep route, and on that play, just a miscue, bad snap. Should have had it, but not the start they wanted for that second play.
Second down. Actually, they're going to say it was about a 3-yard loss, so it's going to bring up second down 13 for the Dons. The Dons get set. Of course, they're in the white uniforms. La Mirada in the gold or the athletic yellow and blue. And again, Arias runs for nothing. Back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up 3rd down and 13 now for our Rancho.
Nice job that time by the La Mirada defense, stuffing the line. One thing they do have a big advantage over El Rancho is their size, and especially on both sets of the line, they have a lot bigger people, and it's going to be hard for this El Rancho team to run the ball. Look for El Rancho, if they're going to have success, to pass the ball as they did on that first play.
Yeah, I honestly believe that they were not expecting that to happen on first down. So it's 3rd and 13 now. Big decision here for the Dons. They're back in the I again, or check that, the shotgun formation. They stack it heavy to the far side. 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Benavente has to scramble. Being chased now, he's going to run it himself. Benavente's going to get 2 yards, going to come up about 11 yards shy of a first down. Give him a 4th and long. That's the kick.
Matadors that time, great job on the defense, containing Benavente, a good scrambling quarterback. And one thing you cannot do is let a quarterback get any type of momentum on the run out of the pocket. On that play, they did not.
So 4th down, they got a kick. But they will, with any luck here, pin La Mirada down a little bit. So in the field position game, they're pretty good. Now keep in mind, Benavente is going to drop back to punt. He's standing back at his 37. Remember, he is the quarterback. But no fake. Gets off a fair kick. Not very good at all, actually, Andrew. That's not even a fair kick. That's about it. Let me see where that thing's going to go. It's going to go about maybe for 12 yards, maybe less than that. Let's see where the side judge is going to spot it. He's going to spot it at the first down marker. So it's going to be spotted at the 37. So that was basically 11 or 12 yards on the punt. Better off going for it.
Not what the Dons had hoped for, obviously.
No.
One thing, if you at home are wondering, Benavente is wearing number 5 on the road jersey. He normally wears number 3 at home, but for the road jersey, he will be in number 5.
Here they go. They come out in a 5-3 set. Cox gives to Lemon. Lemon looking for some room. Lemon on first down. He's going to get a lot. He's going to get a first down, actually. Gaining 12 yards. Mike Lemon on his first carry from scrimmage.
Lemon picked it up where he left off last week, running right over the left tackle towards that left side of the line, towards the right side of the Don line. Has a good gain on first down. And if they can establish the run from the outset, it's going to be tough for this Don team to come back and stop them later in the game, because they're only going to get worn down with this big offensive line for La Mirada.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line of the Matadors. Excuse me, they'll have it after that first down run by Mike Lemon. They give again to Lemon. Lemon running in traffic. Lemon gaining a yard. And he's going to get out across midfield. That's a short carry. This La Mirada line, this is the offensive line that is basically the backbone of this team. We're talking Ron Burrows, 6'4", 270. Thomas Robinson, 6'5", 295. Lucas Alexander, 235, 5'10". Marcus Stout, oh, he's a little guy. He's only 5'10", 220. And then Eric Broncone, 6', 235.
One thing you know is size on offensive linemen, Rich, from back in your playing days.
That's right, man. We were considered good size back then. Here's the pass, little screen to Lemon. Lemon gets another first down, knocking down defenders everywhere he goes. Just the momentum. And let's see what they mark it. They might mark it just shy. They're going to give it to him. Yeah, he got the first down.
Mike Lemon on the screen pass. A one-man show. First 3 plays for La Mirada have gone all to Mike Lemon. They're not shy about starting him out on the right foot.
You know, one of the one of the other stories in the backfield, because you have Cox, as we see number 90 coming off the field. That's George Woods. George Woods is their fullback. Now, Woods is 6'3", 275 pounds. He bench presses 450 pounds. So, and that's you factor that in, Andrew, and then he runs a 4'8", 4'9", 40.
That's the most impressive thing about his all-around game is his speed. Running a consistent 4'8", 4'9" in the 40, that's just truly amazing, getting recruited by many schools.
At that height and weight. And he's got to give Cox that little extra bit of security in the backfield, knowing that you got a guy that can basically be an offensive lineman, and probably a real good one, right in front of you, man, and he can run blockers down. They're coming at him. They're not going to be able to just run around George Woods.
Very rare you find a guy that can put up a lot of weight and also run for a quick speed. And that's certainly what he does. 1st and 5 on the penalty on the Don.
Yeah, everybody jumped. We used to plan that kind of stuff and then point at somebody and get the 5, but nothing doing here. Here's Lemon again. Lemon trying to get to the outside, and he does. He's got some room. Lemon may get to the end zone, and he does. A touchdown for Mike Lemon. 35-yard touchdown run. La Mirada draws first blood with 6:55 left in the first quarter.
Lemon on that play just ran right by Josh Gonzalez, broke the tackle. Gonzalez had him pinned in, it looked like a little bit, after the first 5-yard gain, and Lemon went right around him and right down the right sideline for the touchdown.
That guy over here telling me he went 63 yards in 5 plays, the Matadors. Amazing.
replay. Lemon coasting into the end zone, untouched.
And the extra point is awesome. It's just way out there. Who kicked that? Number 80, Joseph Orr. Figures, another Orr. They all kick well. Time out on the field, 6:55 left, 7-0 La Mirada. We will return.
What you're seeing is the way things look at the far edge of existence. What you're seeing is a place where nature, not man, can give life, then take it away in a heartbeat. Come see it all in the monumental new IMAX film, Alaska, Spirit of the Wild.
Everybody, welcome back. Game of the week. Rick Estrella, Andrew Kersner, just sharing a light moment here in the press box. La Mirada, 63 yards on 5 plays in their first attempt here, their first possession, and now taking it from the 5. Looks like Arias. And Arias is going to get a pretty good return on this out to the 35, almost to the 40-yard line. Remember, he took that from the 5.
There's a flag on the play, a late flag. I'm not sure if it's a late hit, but a flag was thrown on the Don's sideline.
Well, let's see what happens as El Rancho gets their second whack at La Mirada. Face mask against the Matadors, which is going to move this up from the 36 all the way into probably Matador territory right there.
Out to the 49-yard line of La Mirada. Big penalty on that play.
Yep.
Great field position for this second drive for the Dons. Look for Benavente to throw the ball maybe on this series.
We'll see. He did it on first down last time. Look how they stack it heavy to this near sideline. We give to Arias again. Gets nothing. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. They might give him a yard. We'll see where they spot it.
Matadors really are stuffing the line and are not going to let this El Rancho team beat them running the ball.
Well, I'll tell you what. Nobody's been able to run on Vince Teula since he was like 8 years old. Fiala, 6'2", 290. He also set a lot of standards this season, broke a lot of records with George Woods. And he's only a junior. He's got all kinds of time still. He'll be picking up a house before it's over. Second down, 9. Benavente going to throw. Pulls up and goes. Has a lane. Is he going to get the first down? He does. Benavente ridden out of bounds. And Benavente with the first down, making the tackle. Von Jarrett along with Nelson Gutierrez, number 9 for the Matadors.
Almost like a designed run play. It went back to pass, but really didn't give his receivers much time to get open. Ran the ball for the first down on the right side. Here's a replay. You see Benavente going back. Didn't really look too long for his receivers. Sprints out to the right side, enough for the first down.
First and 10 again. To give this time a little reverse, and there it is, number 30 carrying the ball. That's Anthony Palaio. Palaio gets a couple yards. Second and 10. So we saw Anthony Palaio. He got back to the line of scrimmage. They didn't get many yards. I thought he had a couple. And second and 10 now. Shotgun formation. Benavente with some time. He's going to have to tuck it and go again. Stuff just got off a little early. Wow. See that number 80, Joseph Orr, jumping in there?
Nick D'Amico on the tackle on the run by Benavente. Again, Benavente not showing too much time in the pocket to throw the ball. Almost is more content to run with the ball than throw it. Figures has good speed and he is a good runner. And that's the only thing that's hurting the Matadors right now.
Yeah.
They're certainly controlling the run.
Well, you got George Woods on the defensive line. In the middle, Josh Rangel. Now they mix it up. Now they're going 4 down linemen. La Mirada will do that. We have a delay of game called against El Rancho. La Mirada will do that. You know, you figure the offense is going to try to give you some stuff you've never seen before on film that they've never done before, but La Mirada does that on defense. They do it on D, no question, and it makes them successful. See again, little pitch. Paleo brought down. Gutierrez once again dropping him for a loss on 3rd down. And Rancho's going to have to punt this one away.
Gutierrez getting in the backfield that time, untouched, with a hard hit, a loss on the play. And again, this El Rancho team having major difficulties running the ball. Should probably be looking to pass the ball.
They're going to punt again. Benavente's going to stand at midfield now, so he will kick this one away.
Hopefully he'll get a better punt than the first one of only 11 or 12 yards.
So the Matadors only send 2 guys. They're not sending everybody. Ball's going to get kicked out of bounds. Again, another poor punt. You would much rather coffin corner it to the opposite side of the field where there's more room.
About the 14-yard line.
Still not that good, Andrew.
Actually, they move it down, calling it about the 11-yard line. Got a favorable spot, it seemed, that time.
Not the 11, it's out to the 17. It's all right, Andrew.
You're the one with the binoculars, so.
Binoculars, nothing, man. I got... all right, I cheated. 1st and 10 at the 17. La Mirada with it. Let's see if they do it all the way this time. Pass is complete to Aaron Gomez. Gomez running hard, picking up a lot of extra yards, right out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
And there's a flag on the play on that one.
And there should have been. The defender, who's that, number 45, that's John Redondo, just made a little bit too big a deal of tackling him. Tackle the guy once he's out of bounds, you get off him and walk away. You're going to give him unsportsmanlike conduct. And all that, I don't know if we can show that again, but all that extra stuff right there is really unnecessary. Once the guy's out of bounds, you leave him alone.
This Don team's a young football team, and those are the type of mistakes you make as a young football team. Coach Patricio was telling us before the game that this Don team tends to make a lot of mistakes. It's not for lack of effort, but it's just for their inexperience and aggressiveness.
Lemon again, nothing. Stops at the line of scrimmage. And they're going to give him nothing. Second down 10 for La Mirada. They gave him a 6-inch spot is what they did. And they go again. You got Woods in the backfield, along with Lemon and Cox. Pass out to Gomez, and Gomez fights off the first tackler and keeps going. Look at Aaron Gomez out to the 30 and a first down.
Sloppy tackling by the Dons on that play. Gomez just running over people, but Dons had him stopped for a short gain. Gomez making it a much larger game.
Aaron Gomez, 6'1", 180. It's not like he's like a tight end that's, 6'3", 240 and can just power people. He just was just determined to keep going forward, and he did. He picked up about 10 yards after the first initial guy hit him.
Receivers and running backs taught early on to keep those feet moving, and that's just what he did on that play.
Exactly. 1st and 10. Again, the ball at the 30-yard line. And it's going against the Matadors. What do we have? Too much time called here? Yes, we do. So Rancho got called with one early, and now La Mirada gets called with a delay game. So 1st and 15 now for La Mirada. Ball's out to the 35-yard line. Chris Cox in at quarterback. Jarrett and Gomez split wide. The pass out in the corner to Von Jarrett. Jarrett has it, and he caught it. Yes. No, out of bounds. Out of bounds. He had to have possession of it.
Great attempt that time by Jarrett.
He actually caught the ball, but he didn't have possession of it going out of bounds. But it was a great effort as far as being able to concentrate on that. Oh,
See if we can show a replay on that.
Maybe, maybe not. Second down now and 15 for the Matadors. That was a good play to go to on a 1st and 15. Try to get most of it back.
Definitely a good call on that play, and even better effort by Jarrett.
Well, it was obvious. He's laying out of bounds, and the ball's still bouncing around. It was an easy call. It was just a good effort, though. Cox again with the throw. And the pass is incomplete, intended for Jarrett in the end zone. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
That time it looked like Jarrett had a step on the defensive back, but the ball was overthrown a little bit. Here you see
Just
the
let it
deep
roll.
pass. Oh, actually, this is the out-of-bounds catch by Jarrett. Great hand and eye coordination to stay with the ball. Obviously, you're right, Rich. He was out of bounds. But again,
Yeah.
Jarrett, great hand and eye coordination on the play. There you see Big George Woods running into the lineup.
You got 270 pounds going in, and you're cashing him in for Anthony Cicero, who weighs 160, maybe. That's what the program says.
Plus 130 pounds on that
More like 159.
trade-off.
Here we go, Cox. He's going to get nailed as he throws. Passes incomplete, intended for Aaron Gomez, and no flags. Bring up 4th down for La Mirada.
La Mirada goes for 3 passes in a row from 1st and 15 and all the way down to the 3rd and 15 play.
They should punt in this situation. They may go for it. They're only at their own 35-yard, or excuse me, they're at the Don 35. If you punt, you know, it may or may not go in the end zone. You don't want it to, but it just might.
I think they are going to go for it.
Makes a lot of sense. I'm not saying they would get it, but why punt? If you go for the field goal here,
That's a long field
about
goal.
57 yards or thereabouts, 52 yards, something like that.
And another delay game on La Mirada. Now, that might have been a purpose.
Maybe. Maybe they'll take the 5 and punt now.
I think they're going to punt on this play. 4th and 20. Although they are on the 41-yard line, and it looks as though
No, they're
still going to go for it.
Yeah, that was not planned. It'd be easier to have somebody just move. Here's the throw to, and did he get it? Nope. Again, a catch by Von Jarrett, but it's out of bounds.
The
Two
ball,
good catches.
the ball led him that time out of bounds. Jarrett did everything he could to catch that ball inbounds, but the pass was thrown a little to the near sideline too far.
So Rancho takes over, 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. This is great field possession for the Dons, believe it or not. Remember last week, they were able to move the ball 3 or 4 times in the first half inside out. The Bell Gardens 20-yard line came away empty-handed every single time. So we'll see what happens now. Now Rancho getting set. Benavente calling the play. Excuse me, that's Arias with it. Arias has to cut back in. That play looked like it might have been designed to go outside, but they had to go inside with it. 5-yard gain. Arias, not with a bad effort. Number 33, making a stop for La Mirada, Nick D'Amico. Now, D'Amico's only 5 foot tall, weighs 200 pounds, Andrew. What do you think of that? That's what they have him on the roster. He's probably more like 6 foot tall. I don't see any 5 foot dudes out there.
That's obviously a typo,
I know,
something you're used to.
Well, since somebody typoed it, I'd just like to mention it. Here we go. Again, they stack it heavy to the far side with wide receivers, single back offense. Another running play. Arias trying to go the opposite way. He's going to the weak side and does some damage. Gets the 1st down. Gets into La Mirada territory at the 44-yard line. Nice run there. Nice call.
First time all afternoon that the Dons have been able to bust through the line. They're going to keep running the ball.
As they should.
Contrary to what I've said before, they are going to keep running the ball, try to pound it, and do what they do best. They know they have a great back in Arias, and
Yeah,
it's
they
only
do.
sooner or later before he's going to break one.
Arias had a big year last year for the Dons.
This La Mirada team knows Arias is probably one of the best backs they're going to face all year.
Possibly. You know, you got to say that to Michael Williams over at Mayfair, though. And you still got to go through Bellflower. They got a couple they found. Benavente, just, I don't know what that was. That wasn't even a pass attempt.
That was a pass to George Woods is what it was.
That wasn't even a pass attempt, man. And he is left-handed. It's like it just slipped off his hand or something, because that went straight
It went
to the
right to George Woods' feet.
man, you know, make it look good and throw it out of bounds. Oh, well. Incomplete pass. Bring a 2nd and 10 now. Ball at the 43-yard line.
Got so excited they had actually run 2 running plays in a row that actually worked for
Yeah.
the first time this evening.
Here we go. 2nd down, 10 for the Dons. Again, we mentioned they're at the 43, La Mirada. Jamon Arias in motion now. Ball hiked way over the head, man. If I didn't know any better, I'd say La Mirada guys at center tonight. That's the 3rd bad snap we've seen from the Dons center tonight. And Bobby Rosales is the center for the Dons, and I don't see him as inexperienced. He's a senior. But that was a bad hike. It's going to be enough 3rd down now. 27 yards to go now.
A careless snap puts the Dons in a real tough position here.
Let's take a break as the quarter ends. 7-0 La Mirada. We will return. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Game of the week. Rich Estrella, Andrew Kersner, Chris Anderson at the bar. Chris Anderson's stuck in Florida, man. He can't get out of that hurricane they have over there.
Chris Anderson, MIA, man.
MIA. 3rd and long. 3rd and 27 now for our Rancho, man. They got their work cut out for him here. And again, I don't know if that was like a miscue there. Arias got the ball snapped to him. And on 3rd and long, that's just not good play selection. I think they're just going to punt, man.
Not much they really could do with that play. You know it's going to be if they're in a passing situation, it's going to be a bomb. They're just trying to pick up a few yards. I think they already almost had conceded that they're going to have to punt on this 4th down.
Aaron Gomez is deep, along with Von Jarrett. They're standing at the 30 as the punt's off. Jarrett gets it at the 28. Jarrett trying to motor to the outside, gets a little bit, and he gets about a 10-yard return. Brought down at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10 now. Matadors with the football once again.
One of the things we were discussing before the game is you would think with a loss like Tim Lemon, this La Mirada team would be in trouble at the wide receiver. But with 2 great receivers like Von Jarrett and Anthony Gomez, this La Mirada team really has picked up and replaced him pretty well.
Well, remember, Aaron Gomez and Von Jarrett were all CIF, or excuse me, all league selections last year. Along with, what did he do with Tim Lemon? You know, he was all world. So they had some good ones. And those kids are going both ways this year. That's very uncommon for La Mirada to have guys going both ways. Another miscue by El Rancho. And the mistakes in the youth and inexperience right now are really killing the Dons. Basically, they've been their own worst enemy here in the first half.
Yeah, there's no question this Don team has played a pretty good first half against this La Mirada team. La Mirada definitely coming into this game as some sort of favorite.
Oh, yeah.
And this Don team doing all they can to hang in, certainly not for a lack of effort. They're just a young, inexperienced team.
The spread on this game was 10 points.
How much you put on it?
I don't bet. That's
No,
a
really.
loser's game, my brother. They give to Lemon. Lemon's got a little bit of room, trying to get to the outside. He does, turning it up now. And the quarterback making the tackle, Benavente, number 5, in on the stop. Not before Lemon runs from one end of the field to the other. And a first down.
Lemon more of a side-to-side runner rather than a straight-ahead runner, although he can do both.
We're finding out right now because this is basically the first time it's been his game, you know. Of course, underclassmen, freshman, sophomore team and stuff like that, you know, you learn JVs, you learn a little bit about it, but I mean, he's the man now. He's the top back here at this high school.
And with George Woods leading the way blocking.
Man, having George back there is just like having another big lineman. I'd like to see George get a carry. Oh, it's a fumble, and it's recovered by El Rancho. The Dons have recovered, so they get one back. The recovery made by John Redondo. And Redondo gives the Dons some new life as they'll get the football back around midfield.
Looked like a bad pitch that time by Cox. Tried to pitch it over to Lemon. And the Dons have a big break. Another chance for them to capitalize on it. It's the third time tonight they've had good field position.
So we'll see what they can do with that. They're at midfield. Again, El Rancho not been able to generate a lot of offense. However, the problem has been turnovers and you know, jumping off sides, a lot of mental stuff. Stuff that is very correctable. Benavente gonna look, has pressure. He's gonna have to get rid of it. Fumbles the football, picks it up, and he falls down. And Coach Patricio's beside himself on the far side.
Well, that's what happens. You get a junior quarterback in there.
10-yard loss.
Besides an inexperienced offensive line and a young quarterback, it just makes it real tough on a team to do too much productivity on the offensive end. Last week, scoring no points against a tough Bell Gardens team, but still.
It's going to be second down and 18, so he got dropped for an 8-yard loss on that play as El Rancho calls timeout, and we will do so as well with 10:21 left here in the first half. The score, 7-0, La Mirada.
Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll make in your life, so choosing the right real estate company is as equally important. Centerpoint Real Estate is a full-service real estate office which can handle all your real estate needs. And because every home buying experience is different, we work hard for every type of situation. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a current homeowner ready to sell, Centerpoint Real Estate, where personalized service is our priority.
Let me see you.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Game of the Week. Andrew, what do you want to see, man? What's up?
I want to see you do a sideline report.
I will.
Mike Lemon's down right now.
Yeah, Mike Lemon's down. Looks like they're just stretching the knee out. Now they're stretching the calf muscle and the hamstring. They were looking at his knee, and it wasn't looking good, but he'll be okay. I mean, now they're just doing the hamstring stretch and stuff, so he'll be fine. I'm sure we'll see him back in the game. I'd like to see George Woods get a couple of carries just to see what he can do out here. Second and 18. Another miscue for the Dons. Let's see what happens now. Are they going to drop it 5 yards or what? And they'll be second and 23 now for the Dons. And again, we mentioned they're their own worst enemy today so far in this ball game, as they were last week. Woods is bigger than Turner, Andrew.
What are you talking about, Rich?
He reminds you of Turner.
Yeah.
Woods does.
Yeah.
He's a big guy, but believe me, he's not.
Reminds me of similar type players.
Yeah, very aggressive, but
both big fullbacks with high numbers.
Much stronger. Pass incomplete, intended for Josh Gonzalez. Incomplete.
Benavente that time, a nice pass, went right through the hands of Gonzalez. A catchable ball. They're certainly in another hole. The Dons, every possession, have gotten pretty good field position, but now they're in another 3rd and 23 hole. La Mirada knows it's a passing situation, and are just going to probably come right at him.
That's right. Now, we had a shot to some of the cheerleaders there on the sideline, and there's a group down there. They call themselves the Dills. It's supposed to be the Deals, but it ended up being the Dills, and that's
what's a Dillio?
Grease, Julie, Kelsey, Steph, and Nick, also known as Nicky Nicole, but we call her Nick here. Anyways, it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 23 now. Yeah, the audio's funny, Andrew. We stood up. And another carry by the QB, Benavente, nothing doing.
Mark Sanchez on the tackle there of Benavente. Benavente just trying to pick up any yardage he can. Only picks up 1 yard on the play. Another punting situation as the Dons keep getting themselves into 3rd and long. And that's just a no-win situation against this La Mirada defense, which is so potent and aggressive.
On 4th down, obviously they're going to have to kick after the 1 yard gain. And, of course, you saw what happened. Punter fumbling the ball a little bit, and La Mirada, of course, swarming like mad. What's up, Andy? You look a little perturbed, a little confused. What's up, man?
Almost a replay of that 3rd down play. Benavente trying to get away from guess who? Number 7, Mark Sanchez, with the tackle on that play. This Dons team is killing themselves with miscues. A lot of missed snaps, a lot of offsides, a lot of unnecessary penalties that Rich knows, you obviously know all about.
Special teams are just not happening today for Rancho.
Rumor has it back in your playing days there were many offsides.
That's rumors, man. Yeah, I make guys jump all the time. There we see a pass complete to Aaron Gomez. Uh-oh, it looks like Burrows is down, hanging onto the knee. And Ron Burrows, you don't want to see that, boy. Number 76, 6'4", 270. And they're going to call a timeout on the field and see what's up. With that timeout, we'll take a break. 9:20 left, 7-0 La Mirada. We'll be back after this. We're out again.
Ron Burrows helped off the field. Looks like he's all right. Walking okay on the sidelines. Good news for La Mirada. That could have been a big blow to them.
Yeah, he felt something obviously going. Here's to give to Lemon. Lemon has a little trouble with the handoff. Finally pulls it in. Lemon running forward. Lemon still on his feet. Nice work inside the 10.
Lemon making people miss. And a couple Don players now are down. Number 62, Richard Vio, excuse me.
Should read those names before you try to pronounce them, Andrea. That's what I do.
And it looks like Ray Rodriguez, number 21.
I know, reading Ray's tough too. First and goal now. Oh, ball, those are the footballs touching the 7-yard line, so that's where we will be, first and goal. Matadors again taking advantage of a block punt, the punt that never got off, whatever you want to call it. But now it's going to be first and goal from the 12-yard line, or no, it's going to be El Rancho. El Rancho encroach?
Don't jump to conclusions, Rich. Could be another penalty on the Dons.
Yeah, it is.
And that would give La Mirada
down to the 4-yard line, or 3.5-yard line. They got to take it. So the Dons paying the price. And again, Patricio keeps saying they're young, they're young, they're young. But here, we're third game into it. You're hooked up. So first and goal at the 3.5-yard line. Watch Woods line up in the I formation. To give to Lemon. And Lemon gets in uncontested, untouched, unmolested, whatever adjective you want, he was in there.
Just found out that Dons 40 yards in penalties today.
Yeah, they're hurting them.
Not as much yardage-wise, but more quantity-wise. Lemon, no surprise that time. First and goal from the 3. It's only a matter of time before La Mirada pounds it in.
Joseph Orr did attempt the extra point. And the kick is up, and the kick looks good. The kick is good. Time out on the field, 8:13 left, 14-0 in favor of La Mirada. We'll be back after this.
It's perfectly lethal. It's perfectly legal. Gun stores in neighborhoods like yours all over California. It's hard to believe because they don't look like this. They look as innocent as this. Handguns are legally being sold in people's houses. That's why communities in Contra Costa County changed their zoning laws and cut the number of gun dealers in half. Doesn't that sound like a good idea to you?
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Game of the Week. Richard Stray, Andrew Kirzner, and the gang downstairs. Happy you joined us. 14-0 is the score here at La Mirada Stadium. The Matadors on the board in the first quarter. Lemon, a 35-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good. And, of course, right now we saw Lemon going from 3.5 yards out. Extra point, once again, is good by Orr. 14-zip.
I think it was more like 3.25 yards out, Rich.
Whatever, man. It was at the 3.5 yard line when they snapped it. If he took a couple steps back then forward, that's his deal.
Band doing a nice job tonight playing some loud music.
There we go from the 2. And the short return to the 22. Maybe the 23, 1st and 10 now for our Rancho. The Dons got to put together a drive now. They got to, more or less get their heads into the ball game, stop the little mistakes, the little penalties, put a drive together, and just take it to La Mirada.
Here's the situation with the Dons. They seem to have always put themselves in a big hole. Every time they seem to get good field position, they end up with a 2nd and long, a 3rd and long from penalties, or be it bad snaps, fumbles, whatever.
Yeah, three snaps that 2 went over the head, 1 was short.
It's not giving him a chance to get in any type of continuity, and especially for a young football team like this, the more bad mistakes you make, the more it seems to affect them and become almost normal, as you would say.
The timeout, I'm trying to see exactly who called it. The officials. Coming over to the sideline, I want to talk to somebody. I'm gonna throw somebody out. Oh, they warning a photographer to keep back. Is that all that was? Yeah, some guys are real stickers about the sideline. And to be honest with you, if everybody just stands back a couple of yards off the sideline, I mean, there's plenty of room for everybody. I mean, come on.
Was that in your book of rules you wrote?
Actually, yeah, they're going to make him, apparently they're going to make him change his equipment or something. But here we go, El Rancho with it. And in the shotgun, nothing doing, a sack. Everybody in on it. George Woods was first one on the scene there, along with number 60, Josh Rangel.
Mike Boardman got the sack on that play, just an all-out blitz by this La Mirada team. Again, pinning the Dons into a 2nd and long situation. 2nd and 17. Dons can get no continuity, no consistency on offense.
Yep, it's not good. Second down. That's a 6-yard loss, Andrew.
It's more than that. It just shows you how important it is to get positive yardage on 1st down.
Again in the shotgun. Benavente under pressure. Trying to set up, looks like a screen. Paleo with it. And Paleo fumbles the football out of bounds. El Rancho football. And we'll see where they spot it because it did roll out of bounds. Wasn't a 1st down when he fumbled it. It was a 1st down when they chased it out of bounds. And they're going to give him the necessary yardage for a 1st down. So something good finally happening to El Rancho, even though that wasn't very good.
Wasn't planned that way.
Fumble. It was a Dave Casper fumble.
Certainly was, here you can see on the replay, certainly was not planned by the El Dons. Benavente going back. A nice screen pass, and there you see Paleo getting stripped, and the ball going about 10 yards extra for El Rancho. If you can't get yardage running the ball or passing the ball, just let it go off your legs.
Dons will take it at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Benavente evades one tackler but can't get rid of the rest of the guys, and he goes down. Not a good thing on 1st down, obviously. Woods again around the football. And he had a little help there that time from number 7, Mark Sanchez. It'll be 2nd and 11.
This La Mirada team has been all over the place all night tonight, only in the 2nd quarter. Last week, holding Buena Park to 6 points. This defense has picked up exactly where they left off last season. Exactly.
And make no mistake, El Rancho's, 5 times the team that Buena Park is. It's just, again, when you make mistakes against a good team, it's going to haunt you. But it's only 14-0. Now Rancho's still in it. Again, a flag stopping play, and it'll probably go against the Don. Looks like a motion call, a procedure, same thing. And they're going to move it back 5 more yards. So it's going to bring up 2nd down, 16 now. And Rancho's just having a hard time getting going. Very difficult time.
Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. That is the exclamation point for tonight's game. That's the difference in the game right now. The Dons are giving their offense no chance to move the ball.
No, they take a step forward and then 2 steps back.
Oh, and they're putting their offense in tough situations also. I mean, 2nd and 16, that's a real tough situation to put a young quarterback in.
German Arias fumbles the football, and he gets knocked out of bounds. He probably could have picked up a few. Jarrett, or check that, Aaron Gomez knocking him out, but again, Arias got the football, dropped it, bounced right back up into his hands, and he kept going to the far side of the field. Unfortunately, it was only good for a few yards.
You know, it almost seems like we're playing in Hurricane George.
Yeah. Maybe
The way the Dons are handling the ball and making mental mistakes.
So it's 3rd and 11.
Thing is, they're getting their mistakes out right now. If they can turn around in the second half and get some positive plays and maybe get 1 score going into halftime, they're right back in this game.
Arias again trying to break to the outside. He does. Arias running hard and fumbles the football. La Mirada's got it back.
Mark Sanchez.
You cannot even plan this. Hold on, Andrew. You cannot even plan this any better for the Matadors. Every time El Rancho goes forward, they blow it.
Mark Sanchez has been everywhere all night, and again, is in the right place, the right time, picks up the fumble, and it's La Mirada football.
Well, let's not just say it's poor play by the Dons, because let's just say that maybe the defense is doing something to really mix it up, and guys can't pick up on it.
Coaching staff of this La Mirada team obviously has stressed stripping the ball, and it's worked. About 4 fumbles so far for the Dons.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. La Mirada in Don territory. 5:39 left. To give to Lemon. Lemon driven back. Nothing doing. See who made the stop on that one.
Looks like number 62, Richard Cavillo again.
There's a couple of them. Also number 73 in on the stop. Bravo. Justin Bravo.
I almost wanted to say out of... Almost actually wanted to say it was Richard Estrella on the tackle.
Yeah, it looked like it. 5 guys on him. Anyways, it's going to be 2nd down. They're going to call it 11. It's a long one. And usually a loss like that is followed up with a big gainer for La Mirada. We'll see what happens here.
Conveniently don't have any videotape from back in your playing days, though.
Yeah, unfortunately. It wasn't invented then. Here goes Lemon, sweeping to the outside. Lemon with plenty of room. And what did I tell you? 1 bad play, and they followed up with a great one, and Lemon just blows by everybody. 51 yards. However, there is a penalty flag back at midfield, and this just may come back.
Could be holding on La Mirada, and that's a shame because Lemon, again, untouched on that right sideline.
Didn't need anybody to hold if that's the call. We'll see.
Lemon certainly not lacking in speed, just outrunning the entire Don team. But it is going to come back, and it will not be a touchdown. So mark this one down in the book. This could be a big play in the game should El Rancho come back.
Holding is the call. They'll push it back 10, and the Matadors will now be looking at 2nd and 21 now. The ball will be spotted at their own 39-yard line, so quite a ways to go. Is it a big switch? I don't think so. I think they can get it right back. They haven't stopped him yet. Here comes Woods out of the ball game. Means they probably won't pass. Lemon in the backfield again. Jarrett Gomez wide. Oh, they're going to put it up. Here comes the rush, though. And a sack. You see, take the big fullback out. There's no pass protection. And, of course, Burrows is out of the ball game, too, number 76. So
swarming defense that time by the Dons. And there was nowhere for Cox to go but down.
That's the best play by the Dons so far in this ball game defensively.
And La Mirada now in a situation that the Dons have been in a lot of the evening, a 3rd and long. 3rd and 28, they're calling it.
Clock is rolling, 4:12 left, 4:11, 4:10 in the first half.
Glad to
All
see
Matadors.
you down. Nice job.
It's tough. I remember some of those things. And now we have a timeout being called by La Mirada. Timeout, 3:57 left first half, 14-0. We'll return.
You studied, took driver's ed, you bugged your parents to let you practice driving, the driveway, the parking lot, then whoa, the street. And you're gonna throw it all away over drinking? You worked hard to get your hands on this little piece of plastic. Hang on to it. Underage drinking and drunk driving aren't legal. They're not smart.
A message from the State of Connecticut Department of Liquor Control.
Everybody, welcome back. Game of the week, Rich Estrella, Andrew Kersner. There was a shot of Joseph Orr right there, kicking away. He's got a brother and a sister at Biola University, plays soccer. Big kicking family. Here we go, 3rd and 28 now for La Mirada. A turnover here would really help the Dons. Little play action. Cox steps up. Cox abates 2 tacklers. Cox going to roll. He throws. That should be interference. I'm not going to. Yeah, they called it now. That was definitely pass interference.
Aaron Gomez
Yes.
was open on that play, but
Derek Westling just went over his back way before the ball got there, and it was a delayed call. Back judge way back here made the call. Yeah, it was a great. The statistician says it. Nice throw on the flag. You know what? He's right. That thing was a nice spiral. Here we go again.
here you see in the replay. Cox back to pass, avoids the sack.
Twice.
Nice job getting out of the pocket. Finds Gomez open.
Yeah, Gomez
but
is already.
even before you could see Gomez there.
Yeah, he got
Westling had
shoved.
already grabbed him and
He just bumped him. That's all he did. He didn't grab him. He bumped him. And
like
that's all
he reached around
that's all
a
it
little bit.
takes, man. That's all it takes. Settle down, man. That was a good call. Okay, first down to 10 in the I formation in Don territory at the 48. The pitch to Lemon. Lemon brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Mike Lemon. One of the few times you'll see that.
Except for a couple of plays, a couple of mistakes by this Dons defense, a couple of big plays. This Dons defense has played pretty well, especially handling the run.
Well, defensively, there's nothing wrong with El Rancho. They've done pretty well, considering that La Mirada's averaging about 40 points a game. They've done quite well. That's not the problem right now. The problem is offensively, man. If they could just put a couple of drives together, they could be back in business quick.
You know, coming into the game, when we talked with Jim Patricio, he had told us their last week in their 7-0 loss to Bell Gardens, their defense had played excellent, had been aggressive, had played well. It was their offensive line that he was hoping to improve coming into this week.
They got a young line. They got a couple of guys that never played before. There's the catch to the tight end, Fayula. Watch him go. 290 pounds.
Knocking over his own men.
290-pound tight end. And you see him go when he got the ball?
Thomas Robinson, one of the guards on the team, just got knocked over by Viola on that play. When he,
Watch Vince. Let me show you
Here's
something
the
about
replay.
this guy. Watch the wheels on this guy. I mean, this is athleticism. He jumped up, he caught the ball, he brought it down. Look at him move. That's 300 pounds moving right there. Blown by people. If it wasn't for his own guy, he would have been still going. Probably would have hit the goalpost and knocked that over.
has great hands along with speed for a
First
big
and
guy.
10, and there's a nice attempt there. That is a fumble, by the way. Did our Rancho get it? Yes, they did.
There's the turnover you were talking about,
Yep.
Rich.
Now, if you notice, look at the line. See where the first down marker is? That's the line of scrimmage. Although that pass was thrown forward, it's in the backfield because it didn't pass the line. El Rancho football.
Astute observation there, Mr. Estrella. And as you can see, Rich had prognosticated one of the big things that this Don team needed was another turnover. It's now 3 over 2 in the turnover category.
They needed that turnover back here in La Mirada territory, though. We'll see
They'll take it. La Mirada was driving in, looked like they were at least going to attempt a field goal.
if the Dons can sustain a drive here and punch it in, they got a game. They got a game.
That's a big play
See, that's
right
one
there.
thing about the Dons. They hang around. They hung around all last week with Bell Gardens. With they didn't hang around much at Cantwell, though.
They didn't have to.
Okay, Benavente's pass is incomplete. Tended over the middle for number 11, Josh Gonzalez. The pass was just a little bit overthrown.
One of the problems, again, with this El Rancho offensive line, they're not giving Benavente any time to throw the ball. He's being charged by La Mirada defenders right away. They're coming right into the backfield. He's having to avoid getting sacked, and that's not providing the wide receivers any time to get open in their routes.
Well, that's one of the staples of La Mirada. They don't sit in the same defense. They're constantly moving around the football. They're constantly swarming.
Very aggressive defense that just comes at you from all angles.
It's not the defense that loses games here for the Matadors. And there's a short run back to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to bring up a third down situation now for the Dons. They spot it right back at the line of scrimmage, so there was actually no gain. Maybe they're giving him 6 inches.
Like to see what a stat is on third down conversions. Has to be 0 for 9 or whatever.
We're now under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. It'll be interesting to see if they'll do some adjustments at halftime. We have a timeout called on the field, and that is called by, let's see who they're pointing to. Is it the Matadors or is it the Dons? Yeah, that's okay. The stat guy saying El Rancho must be that. So timeout on the field, 14-0 to score. We'll be back for the final 151 of the first half after this.
Ruelas brothers.
God gave us power, and God gave us peace. But we're not stupid. We'll never be stupid enough to take on a train. You can't scare a train. They just ride down tracks, fast. So when you see red light, stop.
Tracks mean train. You got that?
Don't go up against the train. That's a fight you just can't win.
Game of the week, and there's Grease. That's one of the deals. And that, I believe, is Julie, Kelsey, and, of course, Steph and Nicole. But those are the deals, man. So when you see them around campus, they're walking around with the pink sweaters. Must be green, though. The green sweaters. And some of the song leaders here at La Mirada High School. Here's a screen pass and never developed. Again, you got Matador staying home. Number 9 for La Mirada, that's Nelson Gutierrez, staying home, thwarting the screen pass.
Casey Owens came in flying on that play almost with the pick, and if he got that interception, he was gone for a touchdown.
So it's 4th down now. The Matadors will have to punt it away. 1:46 left here in the first half of play. Or check that. The Dons will have to punt it away to the Matadors. Von Jarrett, Aaron Gomez dropping deep.
Kind of strange you have 2 guys back there for the punting return team.
Uh-oh, over his head again. And the Matadors are going to get another break, Andrew. I don't know what to say anymore.
That is another tough break for the Dons, another mistake. This Matador team can only take advantage of this. 1st and goal now, or right outside the 10-yard line, it looks like. 1:42 left. They punch it in here. It's a 3-touchdown game, and this El Rancho team.
You got to work on your shades, man, with your glasses here, because we're at the 5-yard line. Here we go. There you see it, and he has absolutely no. And I don't know why he didn't pick it up the first time. He had a chance. His old man ran by him.
6-yard line.
1st and goal from the 6-yard line. La Mirada with it. You got Big Woods at the fullback position. Lemon in the backfield. The give is to Lemon. Lemon's just going to follow his fullback wherever he goes now, and he should.
Lemon only a gain of 1 on that play. El Rancho, nice job reading the run. When you're this close into the end zone, very hard to pass the ball this close to the end zone.
Don't need to. Why would you do that? You want to keep the clock running, man. You just run straight ahead. Just go 4 plays in the end zone. It's done. Hopefully you won't need all 4.
Woods coming out. Maybe it is not a running situation.
Yeah, they're going to run. They'll do a reverse to Jared or
the odds.
Or Aaron Gomez or something.
What are the odds?
They don't need no odds. Little play action. Little play action. Nothing happened. The running play again. Didn't happen, Andrew. That's what happens when you call your pass plays. Don't be calling the plays up here because they may be listening. That's what kind of stuff happens. You see Cox go down for a big loss, and
Looked like on that play, Cox went back, fake handoff to Lemon, try to throw the defense a little bit out of whack, but didn't have any time to hit a receiver. Immediately met by a couple Don defenders.
good for the Dons. You know, they're not giving up. El Rancho's just not going to lay down and die. They got a tradition that goes way back, and it's not going to happen.
Very aggressive team, both these teams are. And one thing this El Rancho team will do, even down by a large score, they're not going to give up, especially with a young, aggressive team like they have.
No, this will get them prepared for league. League's going to start soon for these guys. This will definitely prepare, actually, both teams for league. It's a good game.
Another tough thing, they don't match up too well with this La Mirada
Everybody says that. Don't just get caught up in that. I heard that several times, but nobody matches up well. Who matches up against a team that does everything well? Nobody does. Nobody.
That's true. But it's also both, they have a much smaller offensive and
I've yet
defensive
to hear a
line.
team that says we match up good with anybody. Everybody's got a problem. 3rd and goal. Cox, grab, throw, picked off! Picked up by the Dons at about the 5. And that is picked up by number 15, Derek Wesseling.
Making up for his earlier mistake, Westling. Looked like an errant pass that time by Cox. And Westling just stood in there.
He's a room.
And got the ball back for this Dons team. And they'll just be content to run out the clock here and not make any more mistakes, Rich.
That's a big play for El Rancho right here because, number one, that could have been if La Mirada scores that touchdown, it's 21-0. That's like the final nail in your coffin. This way, they turn them back. They get it going with a little bit of momentum.
You know, we look at turnovers, 3-3 in turnovers, which you would think would be the story of the game. But more important in this game is just mistakes. If we count up the mistakes by both teams, La Mirada has easily played a much more solid game.
The difference being, Andrew, is we see a run on first down. The difference being is that La Mirada's capitalized on those turnovers where El Rancho has not. That's the difference.
I wouldn't even, I would agree with that, but I would say more. There have been many more penalties by this Don team and many more mistakes. A lot of fumbles they haven't lost. They've even fumbled.
But just
botched up punts, botched up.
Just being able to capitalize on those is key, and that's what La Mirada has done. That's the reason they're up 14-0 right now. They're going to let this run out. 15 seconds to go. The Dons may or may not take one more snap, and I would just take a knee and just walk out, count my good fortunes, regroup, and come back out in the second half and play some tough ball. Three seconds to go, and that's going to do it here in the first half from Arvo Goodman Stadium on the campus of La Mirada High School. With the score at halftime, the Matadors up 14-0. We'll be back after this.
So a sloppy game for this first half. Many fumbles in that first half. And La Mirada starts off the second half the same way, recovering their own fumble. 14-0, just underway here in the third quarter. Mike Lemon in that first half, 10 carries for 73 yards, a solid first half running the ball for this La Mirada team. But again, a key was those 3 big losses as Benavente got sacked on a few of the missed snaps. La Mirada in the 2-back set. George Woods is the fullback, and there's the fake handoff to Lemon. And wide open is Jarrett. He breaks one tackle, going down the right sideline. He is gone. Touchdown, La Mirada.
Very good play on that one, Andrew, and that just goes to show you the versatility there of Von Jarrett. Jarrett not only plays wide receiver, he's a defensive back who's an all-league guy, and you see he knows what to do when he gets the ball. Just pull away from the defense, doesn't try to do nothing fancy, just runs straight north-south to the end zone. 6 points for La Mirada. Way to open up things in the second half.
A 67-yard touchdown, and La Mirada, what a great way to start the second half and really put the Dons in a hole.
Well, this is what El Rancho did to them to start the game. There you see, just a routine pass. He's able to skip away from the defender, and it's goodbye. Von Jarrett.
The extra point is good. 21-0 now. La Mirada leading.
21-zip.
And this Matador team taking a commanding lead, putting the Dons in a very tough position. trying to come back from this. So with 11:44 left in the third quarter, we have a 21-0 game.
Well, this is danger here. This is like we talked about earlier before the halftime, was the fact that, you know, El Rancho needed to put something together or make a big stop. They made the stop of La Mirada scoring another touchdown, but they have not been able to stop the Matadors, period. What's the notes here, man? I'm trying to do both. Two things at one time. Three things. I got kids in here. What's going on, Andrew?
Kids
This place
outta
is
here.
falling
This isn't a
apart.
press
I know.
box.
There's people running out to this press box, high-fiving, asking us about Clinton. What's that? What was that all about?
Who's that?
That one guy said he wanted to talk about Bill Clinton and Monica.
Kicking off for the Matadors again. Joseph Orr.
You remember them?
Nice long kick into the end zone. Over Arias' heads. It will be Dawn football at the 20-yard line. First drive of the second half for the El Rancho Dons. Really not a productive first half if you are their offensive coach, Rich. A lot of mistakes made by especially their offensive line, poor snaps,
Well, this series will,
missed pickups.
this series for El Rancho right here will tell us all we need to know about the second half. If they can sustain some kind of drive, they don't even have to really get points on the board. Just sustain a drive without making mistakes. We should have a pretty good second half.
And it looks like there's a new quarterback for
They
this
might have
Don
changed the
team.
jersey
They
on
did.
again.
Mike Dermody now is at quarterback. And the handoff goes to Arias. He is met at the line of scrimmage and thrown back for a loss on the play. Nowhere to go for Arias as this offensive line being outmanned by the bigger La Mirada defensive line. 2nd and 11. A loss of 1 for Arias.
You know, I don't know what kind of quarterback Mike Dermody is. He's a junior quarterback, just a little bit smaller, than, or should I say a little bit bigger than Benavente.
Actually,
but,
look at weight-wise. I don't know if that's a misprint. It has him about 30 pounds lighter. Dermody again hands it off to Arias. Tries to run it straight up the middle, but there's, again, Matador defense in the backfield before Arias has a chance to even cut.
I don't know if that was a design play, but one thing I saw in that play was Arias just cut back in right away. Didn't try to go to the outside and try to string things out just a little bit more. He made the decision to cut back, and it cost him.
And again, what have we been saying the whole first half? 3rd down and long again for the Dons. Not a good way to start the second half. Don's probably a little bit shocked on that opening play by La Mirada, throwing deep. Really in a tough situation here. 2-back set for the Dons. And the fake handoff. Dermody back to pass, going deep. Levy Dominguez makes the catch. It was underthrown, but he makes the catch all the way down to the La Mirada 40-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
That's one thing you won't see happen to Aaron Gomez very often. That time it did. The wide receiver, Dominguez, you saw him streaking downfield, looked up early. Now, they tell you it's a good defensive back. When you see the wide receiver look, that's the time you have to look. And when he looked, unfortunately, there was nothing there to see as the wide receiver, Dominguez, just stopped cold as you see it develop here. Now, watch him just stop. Whoop, right there, boom. And luckily, Gomez was there to make the stop. But again, good defensive back is taught when the receiver looks, that's when you look for the ball. He's looking, you're looking.
Can we hear another sound effect to that effect, Rich?
Did I give a sound effect there? Yeah, something like that. First down. Oh,
And
no.
Could be another false motion against the Dons again. That is the 9th penalty now against El Rancho. Only a 5-yarder this time. 1st and 15, but this could be a record-setting day almost for the Dons, setting many more than 10-yard downs. I don't know. Who knows?
That guy said not even close.
Just many, many times in the red zone. Anyway, here's the handoff to Arias. He gains nothing.
And again, you see that play again. Something like that, when you're going to run slow, that behooves a wing T situation where you're turning around and guys are cutting across. In that situation, again, he got the ball. He's not at a full sprint. He's just kind of like looking for a hole. You know, sometimes you just got to find a little daylight and just kind of push your way through it. You know, but stopping like that, that's more of a wing T situation where, you know, you're just looking for the hole when you get to the line. Nobody knows who's going to get the ball.
It's harder to tell whether it's more of Arias' fault that time or it just doesn't seem like there's any hole at all. It seems like these bigger La Mirada defenders are just blocking the line.
Arias is tested. He's proven.
Dermody back to pass. And he finds an open Dominguez for a gain probably back to the line of scrimmage.
The
so
original line of scrimmage.
only a 5-yard gain.
Right. That was 2nd and 15.
We now have a 3rd and 10 coming up. Clock running, a little over 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. El Rancho trailing 21-0 and really haven't had any success running or passing the ball for most of the afternoon.
Timeout on the
And
field. Called by El Rancho. Andrew, trying to help you out there, buddy.
I was about to say it and then you stepped on my words, but that's normal. Anyway, with this timeout, we'll take a break. 21-0 La Mirada. Am I right, Rich? You paying attention, or what are you doing?
I'm watching, man. I'm
You don't
hearing
see
you.
an offensive line or defensive lineman punt the ball too often.
Maybe you haven't.
Oh,
Oh, man. Hey,
like
distract
pulling
over here.
teeth.
Trying to manage this box over here.
it's like pulling teeth. Anyway, the Matadors on their own 5-yard line. Cox still in at quarterback. Lemon and Rudiger lined up in the backfield in a 2-back set, and there's the handoff to Lemon. Looked like he slipped. Gain of 0 yards on the play. 2nd and 10.
Leonard Alvarez got in the backfield there, made the tackle for El Rancho, and that was just pure speed on his part.
And they actually give him a 2-yard loss on the play. Actually, a 3-yard loss. 2nd and 13.
Well, that's what happens when you can be quick and aggressive. He got back there really quick, like he was shot out of a cannon. And Lemon didn't even get to develop what he was going to do, which is probably go to the outside.
Aaron Gomez lined up on the near side. And they hand the ball off again to Lemon. And this time he gets maybe 3 yards on the play. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Making the stop on that time was Steve Hernandez for El Rancho. Hernandez with a good tackle, just wrapping up the legs. And when you do that, your opponent cannot move.
La Mirada playing it very conservative here, deep in their own zone.
Third and 11.
Definite passing situation on normal occasions, but back at your own 5-yard line or so, 6-yard line, it's tough. There's Cox, avoids the rush, and finds an open Jarrett, who takes it down the right sideline. Breaks one tackle all the way out to the 50-yard line. Bon Jarrett proving again why he's one of the better receivers in the conference.
We have a lineman down in the end zone, it appears, for El Rancho. Somebody's in a lot of pain down there. And yes, Von Jarrett doing what he does best. You know, your quarterback's in trouble. They already had a hand on him in the end zone, as we see the replay here. Now, what you're told to do as a receiver, what you should do is come back to the ball. You see your quarterback's in trouble. We didn't see it far enough that time, but Jarrett did come back enough to get the reception. And look at that. Second effort got him an extra 12 yards.
All the way out to the 47-yard line, or 48-yard line, excuse me.
Yeah, Jarrett just really just motored. And we're going to have to take a break right now because we have an injured player down in the end zone. There's the score, 21-0.
Looked like Derek Westling.
Yeah, Westling did make the tackle on that. Down to the 21.
26-yard run that time by Lemon. And there you see Lemon just breaking tackles and carrying Westling another 5 yards. Running strong. This time Jarrett and Gomez lined up to the left side. And there's the pass to Gomez. He breaks one tackle off to the left and gets down to about the 10-yard line.
No,
Actually down to, excuse me,
the 6.
down to the 6. Thanks for giving me those binoculars, Rich.
6.5, 7-yard line.
It'd be nice if I had those. Maybe I could see some things.
Yeah, man, they're pretty good. They're awesome.
Rich, focus those binoculars on the game, please.
I always do.
First and 10 actually first and goal from the 6-yard line. La Mirada on the move, looking to put this game out of reach if it's not already.
Okay, my vantage point is first and goal at the 7, Andrew. Is that cool?
That's fine. And there's Lemon again, this time met hard in the backfield by the Don defenders, taken down.
There was a lot of defenders there, but Danny Martinez was the first one on the stop. He got the leg, and just by hanging onto that leg, everybody else was able to come and make the tackle itself. And sometimes those little things like that are big. Got enough of the toe.
Chris Rudiger out of the game for the Matadors.
Now, Chris Rudiger is an interesting guy. If you look down the roster, La Mirada, only one sophomore made the team, and that's Chris Rudiger. And he's had 2 brothers go through the system. He's wearing his other brother's, Scott's number 28. It was here last year. It was an all-league tight end.
And there's Cox finding the wide open Vince Fula into the end zone for an 8-yard touchdown strike, and it is now 27-0, the Matadors with a commanding lead.
Jim Roach, we got to see that one again about 5 times because you'll probably never see that again. When do you ever see a 300-pound offensive lineman turn tight end catch a touchdown pass? That was a 7-yard toss. And watch this again. 300-pounder with the softest hands. Boom, touchdown.
He's not going to drop very many of any type of passes, especially on a wide open short little pass like that. The extra point is good. 28-0, La Mirada ahead.
We'll take a break. Gutierrez with a nice play. As you see the digits here, it's 28 zip, 4:55 to go. It's the 3rd quarter. Gutierrez again just coming in, wreaking havoc, taking care of business. Big loss. Here it is again.
There's the touchdown, actually.
That's Fayula's touchdown. That's always good to see. You just don't see that too often. Second and long, Andrew.
2nd and 24. 4:30 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. And looks like a jumbled snap again. No gain on the play. And it will bring up another 3rd and long situation for the Dons. 3rd and 24. And they're at their own 10-yard line, so a tough situation for the Dons. Numerous times today they've been in 3rd and long situations. That one, it just looked like it was a mishandled snap, Rich, and really didn't get started from the beginning.
Well, you can go back to the youthfulness that Coach Patricio talked about. Young teams are going to make mistakes. Again, they only had one lineman. Actually, they had a lineman coming in that only had, 4 games under his belt, period, at any level. So.
There's Germany back to pass, and he is sacked and fumbles the ball. Casey Owens hit him, and right around the goal line could be a touchdown for La Mirada.
I think our Rancho got it back, though, Andrew. Just based on the way the scrum was going.
They did.
Yeah, Rancho got it back.
But they're at their 1-yard line, if that. A 4th down and 24. They're at their 1-yard line. And it does bring up an interesting point. As you can see, Rich, they have a new punter in the game.
Yeah, he's going to stand at the very back of the end zone. That's dangerous because we've seen some snaps go over the head. That was off center too, Andrew.
And it looks like Matt Martinez was the punter. Gets it out to about the 32-yard line. Takes a Don roll. And that's not a bad punt considering the situation you're in, Rich.
Well, not based on everything that's happened at Rancho so far today. It seems like, they've had a lot of problems with the center today. That's something they'll work out, I'm sure, as the season goes on. Remember, their center, albeit he's a senior, obviously needs a little bit of work. Maybe he didn't take enough snaps last year. I don't know. But a lot of the things El Rancho has done today are fixable. It's just a matter of a little bit more discipline. And I'm not saying that Coach Perdue is not a good disciplinarian. It's just in a few areas they need to be more disciplined, more focused, and have to really have their heads in the game, Andrew.
Cox fakes the handoff and looks to throw it. It goes through the hands of Jarrett. And looks like there is a late hit on the play. Cox got leveled, Rich.
That happens quite a bit. Personal foul and then roughing the passer is the call. It's going to be an automatic first down for La Mirada. It's going to push the ball up near the 20 now, or better. That might be 15. We'll see.
That's the 10th penalty on the Dons. What do you think of that, Rich?
Terrible.
Let's expand on that.
El Rancho would be awesome if they would only had maybe 2 penalties at this point, like most teams.
The ball all the way down to the 16-yard line.
I'll tell you, their defense keeps them in the game. The offense gives up the ball. Look where they gave up the ball this time. You know, deep in their own, even though there was a punt, look where they're at. Look at the situation. I mean, it's happened several times in today's game. It's not saying the Matadors couldn't take it all the way down, but El Rancho hasn't made them do it. So why do it?
Miguel Ratzlaff in the backfield, but the handoff goes to number 28, Chris Rudiger, and he goes straight up the middle for a gain of 2.
Yeah,
Second down and 8.
Back to Rudiger. He's the youngest of three brothers total, but he's the last one to come through. The other two, Greg and Scott, like I mentioned, graduated years gone by. I believe Greg was a member of that 92 championship team. The first oldest brother got a ring with Mike Machete at quarterback, who's now at the University of Colorado, and is undefeated and averaging almost 300 yards a game passing.
Lemon back into the game, first time on this series. Lines up in the backfield. Another fake handoff by Cox, and he goes down. John Redondo got him on that play. Nowhere to go for Cox. He's evaded the rush plenty of times today, doing a really nice job back at the quarterback position, but on that play, Redondo was too much.
On that play, if you can see this again, it was a play-action pass, actually, and nobody bid on it. Everybody just kept coming, and that's what the play-action is designed to do. It's designed to kind of freeze people to see who's getting the ball, where he's going, and that gives the quarterback that much more time to look. And remember, a half a second is a lot back there.
Third down and 22, a similar situation to what the Dons are in most of the afternoon, most of the evening, excuse me. It is dark out, Rich.
Yeah, I know. What's your threat, man?
I don't know.
Stop flashing back to last night and get on with it today.
You got it, my brother. This Cox back to pass, being chased again. Almost gets around the corner, but is yanked down again by Redondo. And looks like there's another late hit.
I don't know if I'm going to agree with this one either. It looks like they threw it on number 34, Steve Hernandez. I'm not sure Cox was all the way down. It looked like he did come in a little bit late. We'll see the replay in a minute.
John Mealy is not a happy camper there, you can see in the sidelines.
Well, he's not yelling at the official. He's yelling at his own quarterback. He's trying to exhort him. Apparently that play obviously didn't go the way it was supposed to go. Personal foul again. It's going to be probably unsportsmanlike conduct, a little bit of rough stuff. And that's an automatic first down. So regardless, even though La Mirada was going to be, third and about 90 yards, this is automatic here.
Very nice observation again, Rich. First down and 10 for La Mirada on the 16-yard line.
No, it's not an automatic first. Oh, dead ball foul. Okay, because it was a dead ball foul.
Right.
Here it is again. Let's see if we can see the hit. Oh, I don't know about that. Cox was not down. I don't know. But yeah, right. Being that it was a dead ball foul, they only moved the penalty. Now it's 4th down 11.
That's right. 4th down 11. Cox back to pass. Being chased by 6 defenders and goes down again. The Dons doing a great job on the last 3 plays of that series, Rich, really putting Cox in a lot of trouble.
On that play, I didn't see George Woods in the backfield. And they're coming. Maybe you need your big guy back there, your big gun, because he's like a bowling ball. He'll go forward and knock 3 of those guys down.
So the Dons take over on downs, 1st and 10. 1:06 remaining in the third quarter, trailing 28-0. They just need to break the seal, Rich, and score any type of point.
Well, Rancho, the defense, again, doing it for the Dons. However, there's only 1:06 left here in the third. I don't think there's enough time, regardless.
Germany back to pass and throws it into the ground, very short of Levy Dominguez, excuse me.
Well, the reason he threw that ball so poorly was because George Woods got in untouched. As a matter of fact, George, when he got in there, after the quarterback threw the ball, he just kind of put his hands up like, I'm not touching him. I'm away. Don't penalize me. 2nd and 10.
Steve Delgado into the game, replacing Josh Gonzalez. Lined up in the backfield is Arias at the halfback position. And a couple flags thrown on that play. Could be false start again. And
Legal
we are
procedure.
told it is on the center.
So they march off 5, 2nd and 15 now.
Another penalty. We are way up into double digits penalty-wise for this Don football team. And every time we say it, it seems like there's another penalty right around the corner, Rich.
Yeah, the old 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
But we really haven't given too much credit to this La Mirada football team. They played a heck of a game today anyhow, despite all the penalties on them and the mistakes by the Dons. They've taken advantage of those and capitalized on them, as you pointed out before. There's Germany back to pass, in trouble.
There's
and
a flag.
there is a flag on the play. He is hit hard at the 25-yard line and pushed back. Leading that charge was
Chris Rudiger.
Chris
And he had help there from Michael Marchetti.
And there was holding on the play anyhow, so the play will be for naught. 3rd down and 15, depending on what this La Mirada team decides to do on that play.
So the white hat going to march it off. The Matadors going to take the penalty.
They are still going to be 2nd down.
They're going to push this puppy back, though, for El Rancho, and this is terrible to see again. They're all the way back now, Andrew. They're down inside the 10-yard line, about a yard or two. Well,
7-yard line, my brother.
Coach Patricio comes in with about 12 seniors on this ball club, and they had about 5 sophomores and a bunch of juniors. So, again, they're still kind of learning stuff, but, man, you know, I'll be truthful with you, Andrew. This is a very, very poor showing here from a discipline standpoint for our Rancho. I haven't seen a Rancho team this undisciplined in a long time.
Young team or not, there's no excuse for this many penalties. I can understand a few, but definitely no excuse. 2nd down and 35, Rich.
But you're playing the old legend against the new one.
Arias, a gain of maybe 2 or 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 8 football fields for a 1st down.
Remember, back in the old days, it was like Anaheim High School, Long Beach Poly.
And that will just about run out the 3rd quarter. We have played 3 full quarters here at Goodman Stadium with our score.
I'm going to finish my point, my brother. In the old days, it was simply Whittier High School, Long Beach Poly, besides the city schools like Manual Arts, one of the oldest high schools in America. But again, El Rancho was the dominant team here in the southeast area. Nobody dominated like the Dons, but as years gone by, Andrew, 50 years go by, some of these schools catch up. And that's what I'm talking about. The old legends over at El Rancho, Rick Pope, all those guys. Nobody used to beat those guys. He beat up on everybody. Everybody. And now it's kind of swung.
Well, we appreciate, we would stay here for the end of the 3rd quarter.
Oh, we got to stay here now. We're not going to break.
That's right, we're not. I know
Did you hear the director say, keep it here, guys? Andrew, why do you think I'm doing this? My brother. Starting the 4th quarter, Andrew. I guess it's my turn, huh?
Yeah, take over, Rich.
You sure? I was having fun doing color. It was all right. I enjoyed it, actually. Anyways, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Dons. 3rd down. They're looking at about 25 yards to go. Little play action, and they give to Arias. Arias goes for short yardage. All the Matadors there on the stop.
George Woods in on that tackle, Rich, along with a few others.
You can tell when George Woods has been on a tackle like that, Andrew, because you saw the whole pile just go one way, real quick.
And really, you know, we have to give credit to this La Mirada defense. They played an outstanding football game, Rich.
Yeah, they did. I told you, the defense is really the key to this club. I mean, they keep opponents down, they keep them pinned, they keep coming. You know, they keep that defense on the field. The other teams.
4th down and 22, and another punt for the Dons.
Short kick.
Matt Martinez punts it all the way out to about the 41-yard line. again, La Mirada in unbelievable field position, Rich.
Yeah, they're going to have it at the 45. 11:09 to go. And
That's actually, I want to correct you, that's about the 41-yard line that time.
I did not expect the Matadors to handle El Rancho as easily as they did, but then again, I would think that El Rancho would just have enough pride where they wouldn't want to make all those mistakes this week. They made them last week against Bell Gardens, and it cost them.
You told me your spread on the game was about a 10-point favorite. You're a little off.
Well,
but
I don't make
right.
the spreads. I just repeat what I've heard.
Oh.
That's word on the street. Oh, what a pass! Von Jarrett with it, and he could go all the way. Matter of fact, he probably will go, and he's gone. Von Jarrett, one play, 41 yards. Excellent. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Cox threaded a needle. There was 3 defenders coming right at. He threw them right between all 3 on a rope, baby.
Let's take a look at this again. Von Jarrett, a great job cutting across the middle, using his speed, outrunning the entire Don team again. We've seen this numerous times tonight.
I wonder how fast Von Jarrett is.
Here's the play right through the hands, you're right, Rich, of John Redondo, and
3
there's Jarrett.
defenders.
There's Jarrett right around the left side with no Don defenders.
Jim, play that.
Inside.
I'm sorry, Andrew. Play that back again. Andrew, somebody threw a swipe at it. The other guy ducked because it was going to hit him in the head. The other guy just ran by it. The extra point's good, 35-0. Show that again, Jim. And we're going to see Sammy Sosa here hit a home run. Who do you think's going to win that thing, Andrew?
I'm thinking Albert Bell might have a good chance.
And they just, how come nobody's talking about Ken Griffey anymore? How come that guy ain't getting any props?
He's about
Here it
10
is.
behind.
Now watch the throw.
There it is.
1, 2.
It went
guys.
again. It went right through the hands of Redondo,
Back it up, Jim.
and Jarrett just using his speed to his advantage.
But look at the pass. Look at the pass. It had to be at perfect timing. Watch this. Cox is taking a lot of heat already, but check this out. Let it go, Jim. Just let it roll. Watch when he throws it. Everybody's taking a swipe at this ball. Right between 3. Boom. Wow. It was a
Ozzy
come lately.
Prashado
It
had
was
the
a
first swipe at it. The second swipe was by Redondo. What'd you say?
I said there was one player in the frame that came a little late, but it was still good. In the end zone. That's a touchback.
35-0, Rich. If you're the Dons right now, what are you going to do?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put together a series, any series, without making a mistake. That means a penalty, a turnover, anything. I don't care if we don't get any yards. Just do something without making an error, some kind of mental mistake on the play. You don't have to push George Woods or Fiula out of there so they could go. Just do it without a penalty on the series. That's what I would be shooting for right now. You have to. You have to. MB. First and 10, the ball's at the 20-yard line. El Rancho now coming out. Let's see if they don't make a mistake on this one. That's what I'd be shooting for in this series.
Shooting for mistake, I don't know. They made
no
too many a
mistake.
day. I think they're no mistake.
There's the give. Pelayo trying to go to the far side. He gains 7 yards before being ridden out of bounds. And La
I'll
Mirada.
tell you, this La Mirada defense really is like an attack of swarming bees. They just swarm and are so aggressive to the ball. Don't give the opponents much of a chance to do anything.
Well, they're everywhere, man. They're all out there. 10:50 to go. Andy, they just contain, man. And when they do come, yeah, they come in bunches, man.
You know, there are plenty of teams that when they're up 35-0 would go into like a zone, you know, give up a good chunk of yards on many plays, just not the deep one.
No,
La Mirada's still playing as hard as they were in the first quarter and as tight a defense as they were.
Yeah, but here's the catch. They got second-string defense in right now. There's a fumble. And I believe the Matadors, no, it looks like El Rancho has retained possession. No, La Mirada got it. And again, we're talking a lot of second-teamers out there right now. Quite a few. Look at the numbers, a lot of clean jerseys coming off there. So La Mirada gets the ball back with 10:44 to go. The
MB.
ball is at the 21. Speechless, huh, Andrew?
MB.
I know, man. I know you graduated from El Rancho and everything, man, but, you know, your boys just couldn't put it together today. That's all. Sure, you were out there playing, Andrew. It'd be different. That's important, having another guard in there.
Yeah, that would help.
For the Matadors.
Lack of players on the field.
There's Rudiger with the carry, getting a couple of yards. He almost did it with one less lineman.
The Matadors trying to wear down the clock, get some chunk of this 10.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Up 35-0. You have the luxury of being able to play, Rich, a lot of second stringers.
Yeah, and that's good, though. You should pull your first team out when they've done well. Kind of little reward, let them rest. I know the kids would rather play, but nah, man. You got to get some of the underclass, so to speak, to get some work.
Looking at the schedule next week, a tough game at Bellflower.
Yeah, we originally looked at that one as we see no gain. The ball spits out, but they're still after it. And, and that's unusual for a ball to spit out and not one kid go after it. When have you ever seen that? Even when it goes out of bounds, they're jumping on it. They're focused in the scrum there. Yes, next week, La Mirada will take on Bellflower at Bellflower. And let's see what El Rancho's got going next week. The Dons, I don't think, start league next week. They are going to be, that's the wrong one. At Montebello, right. They used to be an old crosstown rival in the old Whitmont League. So that'll be a good game. And then Warren the week after. Boy, El Rancho's scheduled a pretty good schedule.
Third down and 9.
There we go. This is number 25, Miguel Ratzliff. He had 125 yards last weekend, run 11 carries.
Hasn't had too much work today, but hasn't needed it. You've had Lemon back there doing the bulk of the carrying. Rudiger coming in to spell relief on a few plays for him.
And Ratzliff slated as 5'5", 140. Not the greatest size.
Lemon, 14 carries for 97 yards. There you see Ratzliff getting hit hard, and down he goes.
There's a field goal here by Orr, and it's going from 32 yards, and it's good.
The 35 plus the field goal, Rich, would make what?
Well, I don't know. It's 38-0 is all I got. And we have 9 minutes and 10 left here in the fourth. We're taking a break. See you. You're a nut, man.
What you're seeing is the way things look at the far edge.
50-yard line. Boy, that 50-yard line's gotten work. Look at the mud on that thing, Andrew. A couple of cleat marks down by the 0. Man.
Kind of looks like the shirt you normally wear into Media One Studios.
No kidding,
Most
man.
people don't get to see.
That's right. That's going into the end zone. That will not come out. First and 10. First and 10 for El Rancho. La Mirada's famous for that out of the end zone thing. They normally platoon. Last year they platooned 2 kickers. They had Moody, who was kicking off. He could kick it out of the end zone through the uprights from the 40, the 35. And then they had Jimmy Zern, who was just an outstanding field goal kicker. His range was 50 yards in. Anything from 50 on in was 3 points.
That's a good luxury to have 2 kickers like that,
Yeah.
Rich, when you can go both ways.
They had it made. Of course, again, our Rancho schedule, they played Bell Gardens, the Division 6 finalist last year. La Mirada, a Division 6 finalist last year. They've got Montebello, okay. And then they got Warren, who finished second, as we see the run here, who finished second place in the rugged San Gabriel Valley League, 1 game behind the Dominguez Dons. So they got a good schedule.
You know, you talk about this El Rancho team we mentioned before. That opening game against Cantwell, you can throw out the window. That really wasn't any type of test. And it was almost as if it was just a scrimmage game.
Well,
didn't really
yeah,
count.
a game like that, though, I could see scheduling a weak team or somebody who's inferior to you guys the first game, because you want to see what you got, plug it in, see if it works. Then you get on with business.
But, you know, Coach Jim Patricio had said that wasn't any type of test for them, and he kind of wished they had played a better game and put up a better fight against their team.
There's a drop for a loss. Good defense there by the Matadors. Marchetti dropping Steve Delgado. Third down, long for El Rancho.
You know, and the most important thing in that first game, they won 45-0, but they didn't learn anything.
Yeah, you're right. But I wonder if they made as many mistakes as they made tonight.
I highly doubt that.
Or
but,
last
and that has a lot to do, I think, with La Mirada also.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can't tell me these guys weren't thinking about the Matadors all week. We get a shit as Cox, Jarrett, there's Gomez. That's a good trio right there. And then Lemon, that makes a good quartet. And they all get to take a seat now and relax a little bit. Here we go. This is Pelayo. Pelayo's got some room now, and Pelayo is going to be caught.
Showing some good speed, caught by the kicker.
Yeah, but again, you know, remember, that's not the first team out there. A few.
Joseph Ford lined up as a defensive back and ran down Pelayo. Looked like Pelayo might escape on that play, but instead still got a 55-yard run.
No, Pelayo did great on that carry right there. That wasn't designed to get that many yards, but he got a bunch out of it. Here we see again. Watch it develop.
Here you see our replay go right to black. That's an excellent replay.
Look
Did
at
you
that.
see that, Pelayo? There you go. There you see Pelayo get right around the left side. We're missing a play right now. It's Pelayo again. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not Pelayo. Number 20,
Finish the replay, dude. I'll get back to the game.
Delgado. But there's Pelayo going deep down the sidelines, run down by
Oh, man, I love to see the end of those fast runs. If people just
Joseph
get
Ford.
laid out like that, people fall on you, man. Oh, it's a killer. That last play again.
finish the play.
Delgado, just a short run, nothing doing. 6 inches. 6:52 to go. What's up, man? Oh, Andrew.
Nothing, my brother.
Here we go, split back formation. A little give and go.
Hard hit that time again. Nelson Gutierrez into the backfield, throwing Delgado for a loss, and again, more than 10 yards to go for this Dawn team. And Rich, I'll tell you, you cannot have successful football being third and long every single down, or every single series, excuse me.
Yep, that's true.
Thank you.
This is very good evidence of that. 38-0. Now Rancho's going back to the drawing board. It gets easy for them next week. They should handle Montebello, but that's almost like a crosstown rival matchup. Those two teams know each other very well. There it is again, a short run. Back to the line of scrimmage. It may be a yard.
Clock winding down here. 5:45 can't come soon enough for the Dons.
Yeah, you know,
Really, you know, you look in their first half. Sorry, Rich.
these games are never, you know, these games that get out of hand like this, Andrew, they're never any fun in the second half. Go ahead.
Really, the Dons played a pretty good first half, except for a few mistakes. Only down 14-0. But this second half really has shown La Mirada's advantage over them. They came out real strong and have never let up the whole second half.
There's Dear Moody, a little play action. Getting it out to Delgado. Delgado knocked out of bounds. And let's see where they're going to spot the ball. It's not enough. Not enough, Andrew. So the Matadors take over, 1st and 10, at about the 18-yard line. Pick anybody, Andrew. There's the pitch. And we see Ratzliff. Ratzliff trying to break it outside. Good containment by El Rancho. One thing about the Dons, say what you want. Defensively, they're good. They're really good. I'm telling you. A lot of the scores that La Mirada got tonight were set up basically by the La Mirada defense. Exactly. It wasn't the El Rancho defense. Defensively, Andrew, they contain. They overrun the play to the outside, make sure they have to bring it in, and there's people waiting.
Well, again, it's that inexperienced young line and young defense. You know, they're just a couple big plays away from being back in this football game. You know, there were just a couple big plays by this La Mirada team that they made.
No, this defense will be dangerous when they get it going. They definitely contain very, very well. Marchetti on the carry gets very little yardage, but again, it is enough for a first down at the 29. And there's a shot of some La Mirada High gear. Yeah, everybody's got their gear now. D-High had their gear when Dominguez had their great run, and Paramount had their gear. La Mirada's got their gear. There's the clock continually to run, 4-9, 4-8, 4-7. And the Matadors keep it between the hash marks.
About your time in the 40, 4-7.
That's right. Even today. Wow.
Whoa.
Nice bounce.
Some tough running that time.
First down, Matadors. And they continue on the carry. Number 33, Nick D'Amico.
Tough running, bouncing over defenders, Rich.
D'Amico's
Not going
junior.
down.
Not at all.
Clock continues to run.
Watch the hit D'Amico lays out on the defender. Here he comes. Boom. Bounce me, baby. Banged right at number 24, Anthony Martinez. The pitch to Ratzliff. Ratzliff going to the far side of the field, looking to cut up, try to go back out. And Ratzliff gains 5. And these young running backs, they will know eventually what to do as far as just running hard and just keep running. Forget the jukes and jives once you're out there, man. Just go. They give him 6 yards, 2nd and 4 now. Andrew will go down to the field now and get an interview. Second down 4, 3 minutes to go for the Matadors. They are well in command with a 38-0 lead. Again, forward goes La Mirada. Short gain on the ground, and I'm sure the Matadors at this point in time just want to run the clock out as the clock continues to run with 2:38 to play. You're looking at a 3rd down 2 now for the Matadors. By the way, with Cox on the bench, we have Michael Boardman, now the quarterback. Boardman been defensive player of the game a couple weeks. Look at Boardman spinning away. Good athleticism. There he goes. Boardman's going to go to the end zone on a miscue, no less. That was not designed. And Boardman cashes it in for 6. Ha ha, wow. He's fired up. And there you see everybody out having a good time. That'll put the finishing touches on this one, obviously. Jim, we see that one again. This is all on a busted play. This should have not happened. See the band there? Well, apparently we're not going to have it, as we see the extra point. High snap. Jarrett with it. He's going to have to sprint to the end zone. He's going to get the 2-point conversion. So even on miscues, the Matadors can do no wrong. They get a 2-point conversion, and believe me, folks, that was not planned. That was just a good old-fashioned high snap. And Jarrett, instead of trying to put it down and possibly getting his kicker hurt or himself, decides to pick it up and run with it and sprints to the near side for the 2-point conversion. Here we see again, you see Boardman dropping the ball. Now everything's gone from here. You see 44, that's right there. That's Louis Zamora. Zamora can't grab him. Boardman just spins, and the rest is history. So good play by Michael Boardman. Get it in the end zone, and again, Von Jarrett. You know, these Matadors think pretty good on their feet. You know, Jarrett, I understand. He's used to just going forward. Boardman's normally smacking people around. He's a big defensive guy. I guess I got to do a commercial for Mar Vista Mortgage up here. Of course, Vince Mealy, the brother of John, that's his company. And go out and get your loan done through Vince. A lot of the fans now starting to kind of get up and roll out of here, and well, they should. It's 46-0 with 2:04 to go. And watch that ball get booted. Now. From the 5-yard line. Levi Dominguez. And there's a flag on the field after the tackle. And we'll see what the flag is about. So it goes against the Dons again. About the 35th penalty of the night for our Rancho. Maybe the 40th, I don't know. I lost count. But it's going to push him back to the 15-yard line with 1:56 to go. On first down off tackle, goes for minimal yards. Clock continues to run. 146, 145, 144. Rancho coming out now, second down, 1:18 to play. And I'm sure they just want to get over with. Again, a short part of this play, designed to go very little yards. .102 to go. Again, El Rancho, Montebello next Friday night. La Mirada opens up their league with Bellflower, and they'll be away. And then they'll play Pacifica, a team that Bell Gardens gave the game back to them. They were ahead 17-7 at the half, and with 4 and change to go, they gave up a touchdown, the final being 22-17. So that Pacifica team is obviously a pretty good ball club. They beat Orange 75-13, so the Matadors are going to be challenged next in 2 weeks. I don't know how much of a fight the Bucks can put up against these guys. These guys are crazy. Look at that. And that should be the last play of the ball game. And the Matadors up their record to 3-0. El Rancho drops to 1-2. So a tough loss for El Rancho. Another big win for La Mirada. This is the biggest win for La Mirada on the season. And I didn't expect that tonight by any stretch of the imagination. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it here from La Mirada High School, where the gun has sounded, signaling the end of the ball game. 46-0, the final. Andrew Kersner is going to have an interview on the field with us. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll be back with Andrew.
It seemed the Dons really were playing a lot closer than you guys might have expected, except for a few penalties on their part. What were they doing that seemed to trouble you guys a little bit?
They break their tendencies. You know, we know a lot about them. They broke a lot of their tendencies, but most of it was we were making mistakes. You know, our mistakes are what kept them so close in the beginning.
You guys came out in the second half exploding from the second half throughout, from third quarter all the way to the final end. What is your secret?
I don't know. We just know that any letdowns cause you to lose a football game, and we don't want to lose any football games this year.
Looking forward to Bellflower next week. What do you guys expect?
They're going to come out tough. You know, everyone wants to beat us. We got them last year, but I know it's going to be a tough game, but hopefully we'll come out and play like we know how, and we'll win the game.
All right, Vaughn, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Another great win for La Mirada, blowout, 46-0. Back up to you, Rich.
Okay, Andrew, thank you. Good interview with Von Jarrett. Von Jarrett having a good night. I was just informed by the statistician up here that La Mirada over 300 yards net on the evening, so they did quite a good job. And be interesting next week. La Mirada, of course, will open league with Bellflower. That's a tough game. We've seen Bellflower play earlier this season. Matter of fact, we saw them play last week. They are very big up front. They have a good running game. We'll see. We'll see if they have enough to get over the hump. Remember, La Mirada taking in to next week's game a 6 years straight without a loss in the Suburban League. So they've gone like 30 victories, 31 victories. Thanks a lot, guys. Good luck to you, huh? All right, the Don guy's leaving right now. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens once the league gets started. The only bump in the road will be Pacifica, which will not be a league game, but something that the Matadors will have to do. But it's good for them to play those kind of games during the season because it gets them ready for playoffs because these teams are good. Anyways, that'll do it here from Arvo Goodman Stadium, La Mirada High School campus. The final once again, 46-0, La Mirada over El Rancho. Join us next week. And don't forget to watch the Sports Corner Wednesdays from 8 to 9. On behalf of Andrew Kersner, Jim Roach,